As you may know, on April 1st, LEGO is releasing the house from Up, and should you go out and buy this set? Well, I'm going to answer that in this video, but for starters, if you love LEGO and you love Up, then yes, it's a no-brainer, you should buy the house. However, I love the movie Up, I love LEGO, and I'm still on the fence about buying this set. And there's a few reasons for it that I'm going to get into in this video that might help you in a decision as well. For starters, let me tell you right up in front, I do not have this set. I'm not one of those sponsored people from LEGO. Maybe someday, that'd be pretty hype. But I'm debating if I'm going to buy this set when it comes out on the 1st of April, and there's a few reasons for it. For starters, we look at the set, and it seems a little small. It's $60 retail in the US, it has 598 parts, and that does kind of meet our threshold of 10 parts per $1, but it still seems a little small to me. A lot of these parts are regular sized parts, it doesn't have a large base plate or any large molded parts. We see a train station set, and they have very large base parts. And it would make sense that, okay, if this has 550 parts, it might be $60 versus $50. But this set, however, only has 598 parts, and it's still listed at $60. I understand inflation and, the cost of everything's going up. Plus, it's a set partner with Disney and LEGO. Everybody needs their cut, and therefore, the price somewhat makes sense. I still think it's great that this set is $60 versus seeing it as a larger build and it being a $120 set or something much greater than that, because the $60 mark to me is something that many parents or relatives might be able to purchase that for their children, grandchildren, or so forth. Plus, it's rated as 9+. I do think it would be a fun play set for kids. It has the back cutoff, which adult collectors like myself usually don't care for, because if you want to include it in your city, it doesn't look as good, or you'd buy two to hook them together, something like that. I do think, though, that it is nice that it's cut in half in this case. It's a play set. It's a set from Disney that children are supposed to usually build this and play with it, and it's a cute little fun house. It's very colorful, and I do like that about the set, but to me, again, it seems a little small. The biggest problem with this set for me is that it does not include Kevin. Kevin is a huge part of the story Up. He's a huge part of the plot line, and he is actually a she. He ends up having she ends up having children at the end of the movie, and it's just very cute and very funny character throughout. And he's Kevin is very colorful, and I would have just loved to see this figure included in this set, even if it was one mold, or I don't know. It just would have been better, in my opinion, to include him. And the reason I'm a little bummed out about this is because I don't think we're ever again going to see another set from Up. The reason I don't think we're going to see another set from Up is because, number one, Up is a standalone movie. I don't ever think we're going to have like an Up 2 or an Up 3, but who knows? It's possible. You never know, because nowadays sequels are left and right. I mean, Marvel makes a new movie every couple months. But aside from that, this movie is strongly based on the house. The setting is mainly the house. We are seeing this house move, and yes, you're going through the jungle, and then there's the blimp or the Zeppelin, whatever it's called. I don't think they'd ever make a set like that. A lot of people just want the house. It's iconic. It's part of this film. And that's why, since I firmly believe they won't ever come out with another Up set, I just wish they included Kevin. I think he's a huge part of the role. Obviously, we have Mr. Fredricksen. He's our main character, and Russell is another main character. And then we have Doug. And Doug probably had more screen time than Kevin. But to me, for this whole set, it just would have been 1,000 times better if we got to see Kevin. I mean, the bright, vibrant bird, a huge part of the movie to me. The second thing is the mailbox for me. I would have taken out this mailbox piece and included Kevin and not changed the price. Okay, your part count drops, but I think a lot of customers would have been happier seeing Kevin than a little side piece with picket fence and mailbox. Aside from that, if we're just going to say, okay, it's still the same set, what they didn't do well is the mailbox. People might say, oh, that's just a pointless thing, it doesn't matter. But to me, it's two white parts there when you could have made it colorful, included a print there that has their handprints on it. To me, the mailbox is a very emotional thing for Mr. Fredricksen. It's one of those items that he strongly, remembers his wife through it. And, you even have the scene where he hits the one construction guy over the head because they nearly destroy the mailbox. And that leads to him having to take his house and fly it away. That is why I think the mailbox should have been, at least a sticker even. And we all hate stickers, but I'd rather see colorful stickers I could put on colorful curved mailbox parts versus just a plain white mailbox. Overall, maybe I'm getting nitpicky. I do think the interior of the house looks nice. I love the colors. I love the roofing. I love the exterior. I like that they included the hose. A lot of cool features on the house that I do really like. but there's just a few minor ones I dislike. Other YouTubers or builders have mentioned, hey, I really don't like how there's limited number of balloons. In my opinion, I think LEGO did a great job with the quantity of balloons here. I'd rather see this house with the few amount of balloons at $60 versus a $100 set with 3 to 5 times the amount of balloons. The balloons are cool, and yes, the house does have a lot of them in the real movie, but it wouldn't make as much sense to do this in LEGO, and I think when you see the balloons on this house, you would know, hey, yes, that's the house from Up. That's great. Awesome build. It's still colorful. And if you really want to increase and make the build better, you can spend, the $20, $30, whatever, on Pick-a-Brick or Bricklink and buy a bunch of those colorful parts to create your own balloons and make it bigger if you really wanted to. I do think the set at a $60 rate is much better and more marketable to children and families that would actually enjoy this set versus another large set like the Home Alone house, for example. Amazing house, amazing build, but it's not something that parents might buy for their younger builder that just started building because of the sheer size of it. You want these smaller sets for kids, and I think a lot of parents could justify spending $60 for a birthday or a holiday versus spending $100, $120 or these $200 sets. I mean, like I said, the Home Alone house set, that's I think $300 now when it started at $250 retail. At the end of the day, that's pretty much how I feel about this set. I most likely will pick one up just because I am a big LEGO collector. I do enjoy the movie, but I don't know. Time will tell, because I really wish they included Kevin. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if you somewhat either agree with me or disagree. I'm up for having a conversation with other people out there. If you did enjoy the video, please give me a thumbs up, and please subscribe to see more LEGO content. I'm posting train content, Bricklink content, and anything else and everything else in between. Thank you. Have an awesome day.
LEGO, my Jameso.